Your resume is lying about you. If it includes words or phrases like responsible for, assisted with, helped, anywhere on it, then you need to drop what you're doing and pay attention to this episode because I'm about to teach you how to fix these types of outdated things that are truly lying about who you are as a professional. Because your resume is not talking about your story. Instead, it's telling a job description. And those are two very different things. So I want you to stick around and we're going to fix it today. I'm going to walk you through a 5-step audit that takes your resume from a list of tasks into a document that makes hiring managers stop scrolling. Here's what I see all the time. A woman with 20 plus years of real work experience, real results, real receipts, and her resume reads like she was a bystander in her own career. It'll say stuff like, you assisted with budget management. Assisted? I mean, you maintained $1 million budget, so say that. Hiring managers are not reading your resume looking for effort. They're looking for evidence. That is a big difference. And I want you to understand, we are going to fix this in 5 steps starting right now. So first things first, pull out the most recent copy of your resume. I want you to highlight every bullet that starts with phrases like responsible for, assisted with, helped with, every single one. That is what I call your red flag phrases. They describe effort and not outcomes. And here's the test that I want you to use. If you removed the bullet entirely, would anyone notice your added value? If the answer is probably not, then that bullet is not doing you any favors. This is my favorite step, and it's often the part that most people want to skip. You have to have numbers attached to your work. If you haven't written them down yet, for every bullet that you flagged, I want you to answer these questions. How many people? How many accounts? How many projects did I touch? Did my work touch? What changed because of your work? Did time get saved? Did revenue go up? Did costs go down? What was the before versus the after? And my dear, even rough estimates count. There's not going to be a numbers police that's going to come checking behind you, but you do at least need to be able to communicate this to a hiring manager or even to your current boss if you're looking to talk about your impact for the purpose of a performance review or maybe a salary negotiation. You need to be able to say direct things like approximately 200 employees were impacted by the process that I created. That is a far more powerful statement than just saying, I've been a dedicated worker for the last 15 years. Big difference. So instead of saying terms like you assisted with budget management, you're instead going to say, what budget was it? How did you manage it? What happened because of what you did? And really, dig through your memory because the receipts are already there. You've done more good work than you've forgotten about. So let's really dig in and find the ones that are the juiciest details, the juiciest things about what changed because of the work that you did. And the first word of every bullet really sets the tone. Words like managed is very weak. Helped is even weaker. And here's what I want you to try instead. I want you to use terms that are a little bit more dynamic, like spearheaded, designed, negotiated, launched, streamlined, secured. That actually shows initiative. It shows that you were the person that made it happen. These words communicate authority. We don't want to be passive in your resume. Remember, hiring managers are people that you're trying to get a promotion from. They're not looking for your best effort. They're looking for the end result. So when you're telling a hiring manager that you helped or you managed, you're basically telling them that you were just along for the ride. Instead, we want statements that say you were the driver that got us there. Now, I want you to put all of this together. You're going to start each statement with a strong word, a strong dynamic verb. Then add the number or the scope of that particular project. And then tell what you did plus the outcome that happened as a result of what you did. One sentence, one bullet. And that is going to create your moment of wow. That's going to let you show them what your impact looks like. So instead of saying something like responsible for managing training programs for the staff, you instead would say you designed and launched 3 onboarding programs that reduced new hire on ramp time by 40% across 20 plus employees. See the difference with that statement? Instead of saying you design training, you're telling me the who, what, when, how, and all of that is just in one simple statement. So imagine if you had a few of those all across your resume. It's going to make you look like you the thing, girl. And that's what we want. One sounds like a job posting, and the other sounds like a professional who knows her value. So an outdated statement like you assisted with budget management. Instead, it becomes you managed a $12 million departmental budget, identifying cost saving opportunities that reduced operating expenses by 18% in one fiscal year. Same person, completely different story. So after you've rewritten some of these bullets in your resume, I want you to go back through them with fresh eyes and I want you to ask yourself, can someone still look at this and say, so what? If the answer is, yeah, they probably could, then you're not done yet. This test is ruthless, but it does work. I want you to keep rewriting it until no one can say, so what? I want you to keep going back through it and make sure that you know that each bullet is earning its place on your resume. So remember, let's go back and recap what we got to do. Every bullet point needs to start with a strong action verb. Second, at least 60% of the bullets include a number or a metric. Then you're going to use scale language. So that's about the team size, the amount of the budget, or the time frame in which something happened. And your top 3 bullets, when you're looking at that resume from top to bottom, I want the top 3 bullets to really reflect the highest value contributions that you've made. Nothing is going to begin with responsible for, helped, or managed. It's got to be more dynamic. Every bullet point needs to communicate a result, not a task. And every bullet point needs to pass the so what test when you read it out loud. Make sure that if someone outside your field can understand your impact, then that means that bullet point has earned the right to be on that page. So if you can check every one of these boxes, then your resume is ready to do the work you needed to do. And I want to be real here because most women in their 40s and 50s are sitting on a rich career full of impact that their resume is just not reflecting. Not because they didn't do the work, but because nobody told them how to start writing and talking about it this way. That's what this audit is for. Now, all of this that we just talked about, I put all of this in a document that will walk you through how to work through this on your own. This is a free guide. The link is in the description, and it is the exact same worksheet that I give my paying clients. This is going to take you about 5-10 minutes to do a full audit of your own resume. There's not going to be any fluff. It's going to go straight to the meat of it. And I want you to do that work without putting it off another day. And if it was helpful, I really want to hear about it. Drop a comment. So let me know if this really was worth your time. And if it was, don't keep it to yourself, my darling. Pass it on to another midlife buddy so that they can get some of the goodness too. We trying to glow up out here. We don't want to keep this good information to ourselves. And of course, if you want to go any deeper, if you're interested in working with me, I do offer free 30-minute strategy calls. So that link is also going to be in the description. And just let me know. I'm here for you. This is all about us winning together. So I appreciate you being here. Like I said, download the guide in the description. Let me know if it works, and I will see you next time.